Hey, single players. This is Cedric Linsangan, and I'm able to sit down with CI Games.
I'm Jess LeBeau. I'm the lead narrative designer for Sniper Ghost Warrior 3.
Hey, Jess. Can you give us a general overview of Sniper Ghost Warrior 3?
Sure. So you are an American Special Forces operative behind enemy lines. There's a proxy war going on between the United States and NATO versus the Russians, using the civil war that's taking place in the country of Georgia as cover to basically fight each other. So the area is dangerous. You're in survival mode. You're kind of on your own. No one's going to come pull you out, and that's sort of the setting for the gameplay that we've laid out.
So in the demo that you just showed us, players are able to take various multiple approaches to completing the assassination objective. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. Well, our intention isn't to say that there's one right way to do this. What we're going to do is we're going to set up challenges, and we're going to give you tools, and you're going to choose which tools to use and how to best those challenges. So that might be infiltrate an area and get some intel on a particular person. That might be assassinate that person. It might be escape from somewhere. And so we want you to have all sorts of different ways to go about it, and we want you to choose. And what we're hoping for is some emergent gameplay, right? Where people go, oh, this is really hard if you do it this way and this way, but if you try these two things together, then that becomes so much easier. And so that's kind of our philosophy.
So you showed us in the demo that there's an immersive, a deep customization gameplay element. Can you talk about that?
Yes. So you'll be able to craft items. You'll be able to craft bullets. You'll be able to craft your scope, pieces of your rifle. You'll be able to craft your drone. So you have a drone that you can use for reconnaissance, for hacking things. You'll be able to fit it to do certain tasks, but also it can get damaged, so you might need to repair it or upgrade it to new things so it can move faster, it can be a little stealthier, can hack a little faster, that sort of thing. And so you're a one-man army. You're up against all of this, and you've got to be able to do everything on your own. No one's going to come save you, so you have to be good at a lot of different things.
Okay, great. Can you talk about how many hours anticipated it will take for the completion of the game?
Yeah, we're shooting for about 15 hours of gameplay. Mm-hmm. If you ignore all the side quests and you just go as fast as you can, we suspect it'll be between 10 and 12. That'll be like just as fast as you can get through it. Mm-hmm. Though you never know, players can surprise you sometimes, right? But yeah, so about 15 hours. If you do all of the content, could be as much as 20 hours. So somewhere in that range, you get it. You see what we're sort of shooting.
Is there like a main campaign that will end so that you can go into the side quests, something like that after credits? So
there's lots of open world activities, right? And those we've called war crimes. So they're sort of side quests, right? Mm-hmm. They're optional. There's a very rich storyline where you're going to have to make lots of choices. Some of those are moral dilemmas, right? And it's because you're going to be given orders from JSOC. And perhaps those orders conflict with what your personal choices would be, right? So we've set all of this up. However, once you've gotten past certain points, certain things will stop being available because the world is dynamic. It's open world. Time moves. Day-night cycle. We've got dynamic weather. So if you don't hit a particular target and it wasn't a key target, by the time it's run its course, done, every character's got their own storyline, right? So they're going to go through and do their job, and that might move them around the world a bit. So you can decide where you want to take them out if they're a target for you. But if they actually finish their job and leave, you might miss that opportunity, and then you won't be able to get that.
So it's totally dynamic.
It's very dynamic, yeah. We're really trying to go for realism and for dynamic gameplay. Yeah.
And it showed when you're doing the craft, when you were showing the crafting system earlier, that there's time passes by. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about what various scenarios lead to time passage?
Sure. So When you run missions or explore the world, you'll uncover what we call safe houses. This is where you get your missions, you do your crafting, you've got some stuff, potentially stash some things. Ammunition is going to be scarce, so you're going to have to maybe, you're going to have to craft it and whatnot. If you've unlocked different safe houses, you can quickly move between them. This isn't teleportation; time will pass, right? Doing activities in the open world, time will pass, and you might only be able to access, say, a black market that you've discovered at night in a certain area. It might not be open during the day, so you might have to do some other activities. You can sleep in your safe house to pass some time.
You talked during the demo about that there is no skill tree option or like experience.
Yeah.
Can you go in more into that about that?
Yeah, so you're not going to level up. You're not going to have a level. You're not going to have points that you earn, no XP points, no skill points that you spend to become better at something. Instead, like you would be if you were a Special Forces operator, you would train at something, right? If you do something more frequently, you get better at it. Practice makes perfect. So if you start disarming mines or using your knife more or using your rifle more, those things will, as you train them, as you use them, you get better at them.
What is like the radius of like detection? Can you do a sneaking up behind a scout for a sniper the wrong way?
There are right ways and wrong ways. The formula for that, I don't know that that's something that we can talk about, but certainly you will discover that if you're sneaking up someone from behind and you're being very quiet, that's better. If you try to go up from front, they're going to see you. They're going to have a radius of view. Obviously, blocking cover is going to stop you from being seen, so you'll be able to hide behind walls, behind rocks, and in high grass and that sort of thing.
Also, one other thing, going back to some of the gameplay, the avatar that the player controls is able to slip in the environment?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And then also, one other thing about the sniping component, the weather affects the snipers?
Yeah, so our sniping system is quite intricate, as you saw, right? You've got range, you've got wind, which obvious, but also the temperature and the humidity will affect how the bullet flies, and so that's going to impact how you take your shots.
How were you able to get that kind of information to put it into the Sniper Ghost Warrior 3?
So our creative director is an ex-Marine scout sniper, so he's trained, and realism is very important to us. So we have an expert on staff.
Did you do any live shooting them in the real world?
I have done some shooting. Our creative director is much better at it than I am, but yeah, I have.
I see. Well, thank you so much. Can you give us a release date yet for Sniper Ghost Warrior 3?
We're shooting for second quarter of 2016.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jess.
Thanks for your time.